Picture this, you're a Roblox developer and your game is doing insanely well. Not only that, but everybody loves your style of games. Your game development changes Roblox for the better. People not only enjoy your games, but they want your games to be the new top of Roblox. Everyone tries mimicking you. Your game style changes Roblox for the better, and you feel great about yourself. Well, in today's video, I'll be going over a couple Roblox developers who did just that. Whether it's from their iconic game style to whole new trends or just cool other things, these developers change Roblox for the better. But before that, I would like to ask you to like and subscribe to this video, only if you want to, because these videos take a long time. Anyways, let's get into today's video. First developer we're going to talk about is someone who hasn't just changed Roblox development once, but on 3 different occasions dating back all the way to 2021. But first we have to obviously get into who this guy is. Jandel, or otherwise known as Jandel, is a Roblox developer who is very popular for multiple of his games in which they have influenced multiple trends, game ideas, and even changed Roblox like a new whole live event system and getting people to engage with their community. However, we need to date back to when Jandel first started Roblox development. To understand why Jandel would even change Roblox, we need to understand why Jandel started even using Roblox. You see, Jandel made his Roblox account 15 years ago. That's a long time, but he never really touched game development till 2017, when he thought he'd give it a try. He figured Roblox would be the best as it's easier to grow a community and get more engagement and tons of people to enjoy your game. And also, Roblox Studio was completely free, and advertising a game didn't cost as much as if you would make one on the App Store or Steam. So Jandel gave it a go. He thought, maybe I'll get a couple players. But boom, his journey started there. In 2018, he said that he made $40,000 and it became his new passion, his dream. He had a passion to change Roblox development for the better. And he started making games. He had tons and tons of big hits, but one of his first big hits was Wacky Wizards. A pretty basic potion game, it got tons and tons of engagement. But rather than sitting in the shadows with his games, like most developers, like say you think of Snickstrix, the developer of Bed Wars. Have you ever seen him in the game or in a YouTuber video? Nope. Think about the developers of any other game. You don't really see them other than maybe Onnit and Rip Indra. But Jandel never hid in the shadows. He, unlike most devs, would engage with the community. And because of all this community engagement, people wanted to see more of what this game had. So Wacky Wizards continued dominating Roblox. It eventually reached almost 1 billion visits and continues to still pull consistently 1,000 players 3 years after its peak. Even other games he's made have had even more drastic effects to Roblox development community space. Not only has he improved engagement with games and people, he's also made games that introduce something new called live events. Live events is basically when you're in a game and something live is happening that you can only see while it's live. And here's the thing, Jandel thought because he knew how to make a community engage, he decided to add a whole live event system every Saturday. Rather than just maybe once a month, he would just do a normal, chill, nice and peaceful thing he called admin abuse. A big trend in Roblox as of right now. Every game on Saturday will have an icon that says, with a timer and a time, like 2 hours, 1 hour, 30 minutes, 10 minutes. And yeah, he started the admin abuse trend. And this helped his game, Grow a Garden, take off immediately. This game was the first to hit 5, 10, 15, and 20 million, all within the span of 2 months. This game was breaking records. At its all-time peak, it had 22.3 million. It even had the biggest Roblox war in history, bigger than the Junkbot raid. He would even get content creators to join these admin abuses, just proving how much he enforced engagement and live events within his community. Jandel had earned a whole new era of Roblox, for the better, but also for the worse. I mean, sure, while Jandel definitely increased engagement, he also did make it so a lot of bad games popped up. Not like he was the direct problem, but because of the way his game Grow Garden operated with the admin abuse trend, tons and tons of brain rot games started popping up copying that, making it so Roblox would be very laggy usually, and people would get pissed off. Oh man, not another brain rot game with 15 million players. But yeah, because of admin abuse, there are 2 games out there, both on Roblox that had over 20 million at one point. And Roblox is now the biggest game in the world, biggest platform as well, bigger than Steam, bigger than all those guys, all because of Jandel. showing that anyone, and I mean anyone, can make a good game as long as they try and are passionate. This next developer that changed Roblox forever is someone by the name of MyGame43 and his brother Rip Indra. MyGame and Rip Indra started their development journey all the way back a long time ago. However, they had little to no success, but they still supported each other through their journey. However, one day in 2017, their game, Elemental Battlegrounds, just took off. The game was reaching all new highs every single day, and it seemed like they were on top of the world. They started development of another game called Course Simulator. However, this game wouldn't do as well as Elemental Battlegrounds. Eventually, they got bored of these current games. They wanted more. While these games both had maybe a couple hundred to maybe 1,000, even 3,000 sometimes, these games really weren't at the top of Roblox. They knew they could do better. So they decided to stop updating both games to work on a new project. This was going to be their passion project. This didn't work out, then game development didn't either. This game they were passionate about. They started working on this game immediately. It was inspired by one of the most popular cartoons or shows or animes, whatever you want to call it, One Piece ever. This game was originally called Blox Piece, now under the name Blox Fruits. Blox Piece or Blox Fruits blew up. This game inspired a whole new niche. In this game, you basically have a fruit and you have to complete quests and kill bosses and fight enemies to level up higher. The goal is to get to max level and have the best fruits. And this new niche and idea of an anime fighting game inspired tons of other developers. And because of Indra and MyGame, there are tons and tons of more developers who are inspired to create their own anime games. Whether it's the strongest battlegrounds based off of One Punch Man, tons of other animes have gotten their own fan games by developers on Roblox. And this just goes to show that just because you have a couple flops doesn't mean that you can't make a big project. There's still room for improvement no matter what. This next developer we're going to talk about is someone who's had years of experience with game development. Wolfpack joined Roblox in 2014, and his first game to actually blow up was called Criminal vs. SWAT. This 2016 game got 300 million visits and still averages about 50 players, even though it's currently not getting updated. This game was a first big hit for Wolfpack. He could prove to be a good developer. However, he quickly took a shift into the type of games he was making. He started making more random games that would get successful, but nowhere as near as Criminal SWAT, and he thought his journey would be over. However, one day he made a game called Rocadia. At first, Rocadia was a slow game, and the concept was okay. It was a simple roleplay game. However, a couple years after that, in 2020, he decided, hey, Rocadia seems like a good concept as of now, as games like Adopt Me were blowing up at the time. More roleplay generic games were trending. So he took the Rocadia concept, made it a bit more modernized looking, and bam, we have Brookhaven. And at first, Brookhaven was a little slow, but after about a month, this game was averaging 10,000 players. And after a couple years, after 5 years actually, 6 years as of now, Brookhaven is still averaging under 1 million or 500,000 players, which is insane for a game that's 6 years old. Which, here's the thing, Brookhaven also inspired a wave of games called roleplay games. You see, if you ever just go onto the front page, you're going to find a ton of roleplay games. Especially during the COVID era, roleplay games were very popular. And roleplay games essentially took over Roblox. They're not as big as they used to, don't get me wrong, but they're still very big, and it's a massive trend in the Roblox game development community. And since then, Wolfpack did sell Brookhaven to a company called Voldex, but the game is still doing as good, if not doing even better. And these developers prove that anyone can make a game and that there are second chances when making a game. Just because one flops doesn't mean that you can make another better one. And that old ideas can be reused. And in general, Roblox development, anyone can do. You just need to be passionate, strong, and care about your ideas and listen to your community. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video because this took me a long time. Make sure to like and subscribe if you got this far and enjoyed it. Anyways, my name is Mighty, and I'm out.